Hi, hello friends, welcome everyone to Precision Price Action Pro Trader series. Today I have come with a very interesting video on those 25 beautiful books that changed my life as a trader. Okay, welcome to the story. So friends, I have read close to about 200 books on financial markets. From those 200 books, I have consolidated 25 beautiful books which has been structured into part 1 and part 2, which made a serious impact on my trading life. We all started as a normal traders with few lakhs of investment and went on to become a decent portfolio traders with almost 15 lakhs of trading. Okay, so I invested about 15 lakhs when I started my first algorithm in the year 2016. We made more or less close to about 200% profit. My biggest problem came way back in 2017 when I started full time as a trader and had roughly the first quarterly loss of my life. And next, not only it was a first quarterly loss of my life, it was my first quarter without salary as well. It was two major damages happening at the same time. However, reading gives us a lot of inspiration, and there are some amazing books that really made a solid impact on our trading journey. From a portfolio size of 15 lakhs, if we have reached a 10 crores portfolio today, all the credits definitely goes to these beautiful authors who wrote some of the fantastic books ever written on financial markets. Please come, let's deep dive on those books one by one in a structured manner. The first book which I always recommend to people is The Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. It is a story of the greatest speculator the world ever produced, Jesse Livermore, a superstar who started trading at the age of 11 years, and it is his beautiful life story. You will understand why this man is called as the father of speculation. He made a fortune 4 times and lost that fortune also, and finally he committed suicide. That's a different story, but he was the greatest inspiration to the trading community because he used to trade to a level that the President of America used to call him and say, hey dude, are you shorting the market because market is falling and my government is shaking. The next book is this beautiful book by Nicholas Darvas. He is an Hungarian who ran away from this country because of the threat from the Nazis, because he was a Jew, and he went to America and joined a dance club as a singer. He was very average in mathematics. He was the first common man in the history who broke the shackles of Wall Street domination on financial markets. In fact, he uses a very interesting concept called as Darvas box, and he made about $1 million profit, and Wall Street wrote him off. They said, how can some Tom, Dick, Harry without knowledge of mathematics can make a fortune in financial market? This is fluke. To make money in financial market, you must be a scientist, a mathematician, a statistician, a genius, what not. Finally, he again made another million. Alright, and then he wrote a book called How I Made 2 Million in Stock Market. A genius of the highest standard and the first common man in history to break the shackles of Wall Street and prove the world that an Aam Aadmi can make money in financial markets. The third beautiful book is the legendary book by William ONeill, the CEO of the William ONeill Corporation, the father of the Can Slim model, and also the co-founder of one of the world's biggest fortnightly investment magazine called Investor Business Daily, or called as IBD. His Can Slim model was very popular. He achieved sizable profits in his career spanning about 40 years, and another beautiful book which talks about the concept of techno fundamental analysis. And the fourth book which inspired me is Super Trader by Van Tharp, one of the beautiful books ever written on the thought process of trading psychology. And he is the first man to prove that you can make money in stock markets without a strategy at all, provided you have a very good position sizing, right? And this guy is Mr. Alexander Elder, who wrote this book called Trading for a Living. He preached this concept of 2% maximum risk per trade, but as a professional trader, I stick to about 1% risk. That is some of the interesting learnings I ever drew from him. And this is the next book by Jack Schwager, The Market Wizards, the interview of some of the greatest fund managers of the world, and you will definitely have amazing learnings from them. And this is one interesting book. I don't think many traders would have read this book. It is my discovery. This book is called as In the Trading Cockpit with the ONeill Disciples. These guys were the disciples of William ONeill. Okay, they are Gil Morales and Chris Catcher, and they made almost 18% in a span of 18,000% in a span of 7 to 8 years. One of the most beautiful books ever written. If you have not read it, read that book and you will remember me. And they talk about a beautiful concept called pocket pivots. And again, with due respect, I bought this book here, The Intelligent Investor, from Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing, who preached the concept of margin of safety in investments. It's slightly boring book. I don't love it, but that book took that place because of the respect it deserves. And this guy is the mentor for our legendary investor Warren Buffett. And here is our great man Peter Lynch, the CEO of a Franklin Magellan fund, one up the Wall Street, who achieved almost 25-26% CAGR over a period of 20 years. And lastly, this book by Benjamin Graham called as the Security Analysis, mainly for investors. These are the 10 books which I strongly recommend to people, alright. And the secondary books which I always believe very good are, number 1, this one, The Turtle Trader, written by Michael Cowell. I didn't get his name when I was talking about those 200 books that changed my life. He wrote many beautiful books. Okay, Trade Like a ONeill Disciple, another beautiful book by William ONeill. This is The Little Book of Trading by Michael Cowell. I like his book because he simplifies trading. He tries to give an impression that trading is very easy, which is good for all of us. And this is a book about Jesse Livermore, how to trade in stocks, and this book, How Legendary Traders Made Millions by John Boyk. This is another book which is an interview of fellow traders, just like Jack Schwager's book, Market Wizards. And this is one cute chotu book, The Successful Investor, purely for techno funda guys, by William ONeill, very nice. And this is another darling from Nicholas Darvas, who read the How I Made 2 Million in Stock Market, Wall Street, the other Las Vegas. Trend Following is again written by Michael Cowell, this guy who wrote the book on turtle traders. Trend Following is one book which preaches the whole concept of trend following. Yeah, trend following philosophically is a great idea, but following it in a disciplined way is not an easy task. It is a nightmare by itself. Okay, and this is the book which I told, the chotu book, 24 Essential Lessons for Investment Success. And The New Market Wizard is an extension of the first book that Jack Schwager wrote. It is interview of some more great people, and also Stock Market Wizard. There are ideally 3 books now. I think there's 4th more book also. Yeah, Jack Schwager has 4 books on market wizards, and all books you should study. If you read all, I think you would come across interviews of almost 100 people, 100 most successful traders, not a small thing. And I like this book, The Right Stock at the Right Time by Larry Williams, because this book gave me a lot of insight on quant trading. Larry is a big guy. He won America Futures Championship and made a sizable fortune, and there's a lot of things that fellow traders have to learn from him. And next amazing book is called as AD Excellence. If you are an indicator guy and if you want to learn some indicator in detail, read this book AD Excellence, which talks extensively about ADX. And the beauty is, this author, Mr. Charles Sharp, is a doctor, and this great man died last 2 years ago, maybe last year he died. I literally loved his book. The way he has applied his creative principles on the markets using multiple flavors. He gives ADX many flavors. He has something like AD Exodus, AD Advantage, some creative names he gives, and the way he trades ADX, the way he trades DMI plus and minus, mind blowing. And next, this is a beautiful book by Allen Topel, Zen in the Markets. This beautiful book talks about trading psychology and how to think like a Shaolin monk. Have you guys remember this book? The monk who sold his Ferrari, it's like that. This book talks about how to have that kind of mental makeup, not get shaken by any kind of turbulence in the equity portfolio, and continue to follow the process that you are supposed to follow in spite of the outcome. And last but not the least, another fantastic book written by the same Dr. Charles Schwab, called as Invest with Success. In this book, he preaches his own cute concept, similar to canceling but slightly different. He has his own unique methodology, and that book is really beautiful, and I really feel very happy because a doctor wrote a beautiful book on financial markets. That is the most interesting part. So to summarize, those 10 books and these 15 books combined to form my 25 favorite books which changed my trading life. Okay, if you guys want this book, reach out to my support team. They will definitely share them with you. Go ahead, find their PDF and read them. And if you read these 25 books, I have summarized these 25 as a part of those 200. I have read 200 books, and in that I have found the 25 great books which inspired me. So which officially means that every book you read is as good as reading 8 books. You are not reading the remaining books. Of course, there might be a slight variation in your favorite 25 and my favorite 25. I am 200% sure your favorite 25 will also have at least minimum 10 to 15 books. Apply the reading habit. Reading really makes you a better trader. You know why? Whenever I have a drawdown, I read books. You know why I read books when I have a drawdown? When I have a drawdown, I will start losing trust on my strategy. When I start losing trust on my strategy, I feel like stopping that strategy. Whenever I make a loss, I go to reading. The reason is, when I go to reading, I read the story of those guys, hundreds of guys who made bigger losses but still believed in their process and eventually found their success. By reading books during an equity drawdown phase gives me a lot of confidence and trust in my strategy and my portfolio model. So don't read when you are making money, read when you are making loss. It will make you a better trader. Alright, does it make sense? With this, we successfully come to this interesting video on the 25 great books that changed my life, and I hope every one of you liked it. In the next video, I'll come up with some more interesting lessons. Until then, signing off, Ashok Devanampriya from Traders Gurukul. Thank you.
Are you tired of stock market losses? Tired of hundreds of boring indicators and the frequent drawdowns? Do you want to understand how to trade markets without indicators? How institutions cheating the retail traders, and how to make fair and consistent trading methods? The answer is IT3T Mega Webinar, India's most comprehensive and 100% money back guarantee training program for stock market investing and trading. And what do you learn from this webinar? Techno fundamental investing, WD GAN techniques, precision price action trading, the option trading strategies, algo trading, and also trading psychologies. So it is a package of 200 world-class investing and trading books jam-packed into the 12 days of webinar. And what you can expect from IT3T: genuine training program with examples and assignments, no indicators, real-life examples, proven and reliable methods. And what you shouldn't be expecting is holy grail formulas, zero loss strategies, 90% win rate stories, get quick rich Ponzi schemes. And we also have students across the globe. The three things IT3T always promises is 100% money back guarantee program, 100% brokerage credit, 100% lifetime learning. But that's not it. We have an early bird offer for you. at just 35,000 rupees for first 25 students. So how do you enroll the IT3T program? Simple. Just log on to www.i3t3.in or contact our webinar manager